Serena Laws. I'm a kilt designer who created this kilt. I and my wife run a company called Kilt. We came out of America, now we live in Portugal. But I'm coming to you today to plead with you to spread the word that as an original kilt designer, my designs are being ripped off and sold all over the internet to compete against me. They not only steal my pictures, they steal the designs. Anything you see on the internet, anywhere sold, with this design, 12 snaps on the front, 6 rings, 6 straps all around the body, that's my design. I created that. I was the first person to come out with this type of design, and now it's all over the internet because people are illegally purchasing knockoffs of my design, and it affects me. I'm just a small business. Me and my wife created this company in 2009, and I didn't go to school to become a designer. I'm just a natural born designer. I can make pretty much anything with little effort, but that doesn't keep our business going when I have to compete against my own designs once they hit the internet. They go from stealing my photographs to following me on social media. They even used to send me emails taunting me that how all my designs are being made by the thousands in Pakistan and being sold amongst each other and traded amongst each other so that they could create fake companies in the US and outbid me, basically. So I just wanted to let you know that I'm fighting against these companies. And I don't get anything out of this. It's been an uphill battle for over a decade. I've been fighting them for over a decade. And a couple of years ago, I had a total nervous breakdown because they stole a bunch of my original photographs, and now they're on the internet using those photographs to sell my designs at rock bottom prices because they have slave labor and mass manufacturing, and I can't compete against that because everything I make is made just by me and my wife. And we don't pay for any advertising. Everything we get is done word of mouth. It's very frustrating for me, and it's very heartbreaking because I can't even Google kilts without seeing hundreds of knockoffs of my work, or even seeing my original photographs, and I am the photographer that takes all the photographs of my designs. And I also take video of my designs, and they get stolen, and then they use those photographs to sell imitations of my work. And it's frustrating for me, it's heartbreaking because I didn't take out any loans to make this business. My business started off by word of mouth, by people simply being kilt lovers and wanting something new, and I brought it to the market. And now all of that's being used against me. I don't have any choice. Nobody helps me. If I go on Etsy, you can see hundreds of knockoffs of my work on Etsy, and I have a shop on Etsy. And if I complain, nothing happens. But just recently, an imitation company was able to have 3 of my original designs of this kilt taken down from Etsy and said that I was infringing on their intellectual property rights. But that couldn't be. I invented it. I created it. And if Etsy had taken a look, they could see that that design had been out there on Etsy since over 6-7 years ago. Now they're everywhere. Imitation companies are everywhere, and I can't fight it. So I'm hoping that social media is going to come together to help me fight this battle I'm fighting by myself. I'm just a designer, and all I want to do is make a living this way, but it's getting harder and harder when the companies that are knocking off my work, or stealing my photos, are using my own designs against me to compete and selling them for 1/3 the price I could afford to sell mine for, maybe even less in some cases. They used to send me emails taunting me and telling me, we're selling your stuff, you might as well hire us to make them and sell them because we're selling them more than you're selling them. But we still struggle to try and make ends meet. We struggle to pay our monthly bills. We struggle to get orders all the time. And it's been an ongoing battle for years, and it's really frustrating. So I'm hoping that somewhere, somehow, people reach out and help and spread the word that these companies are not real. The designs they're selling aren't theirs, they're mine. This right here, if you see anything that looks like this on the front with 2 snaps, 2 snaps, 2 snaps, 3 straps, the rings on the side, that's my design. I never licensed it to anybody. I never allowed anybody to make any of the knockoffs that you see flooding the internet. And you can go right now and Google kilts, and you'll see tons of imitations of my kilts. You'll see a bunch of knockoffs. I can't do it. It makes me nauseous to my stomach. But I hope that some of you could reach out maybe and help spread the word, share these videos. I'm going to start documenting more. I'm going to start taking screenshots of the imitations and comparing them to mine so that people understand the difference between what mine are and what these imitations are. And hopefully people will understand that there are artists struggling to create new fashion and bring it forward. But if we end up getting knocked down by the companies that are going to steal the photos, going to imitate our work, going to undersell us, it won't happen. And the imitations are horrible. They're ugly. They're so gross. It makes me nauseous to see them twist my design and look terrible at the same time. The colors are horrible. The imitation of the designs are horrible. If you go to my website at kiltthis.com, you can see what the real work looks like, what the real original work is supposed to look like. And the knockoffs are nothing like it. One of the things that I innovated in the kilt community was this design, and this design has a specific purpose, which is this design is adjustable. The whole reason there are these straps on the side was so that people could buy one kilt, and if they gained weight or lost weight, they would still be able to keep that kilt. And why? Because on the inside of my kilts, probably not on the inside of the knockoffs, because the knockoffs have snaps right here so that they only fit you the one way and that's it. If you gain weight or lose weight, you get what you paid for. But my design, it adjusts by 5 inches in and out so that you can have something for a long period of time, whether you gain weight or lose weight, and you don't have to worry about it. That was the whole purpose of this design. And then the other thing we came up with was removable pockets so that you could interchange the pockets. Not only just the pocket itself, but the pocket top. We made all these kilts so that you could customize them in different ways. The idea was so that you become part of our kilt family and we take care of you. We customize for you little by little, because sometimes people don't have all the money to get a big fancy kilt. And with these, you could start off with a plain black kilt, and then you could move up with a different front apron and then add another apron onto it. Or else you could have pocket tops that have designs on them. You could even have a front apron that has a custom design on it. That was the whole purpose. It was to be very creative and offer all of these options to people. And when you go to our website, you'll see that on kiltthis.com, a lot of options are offered, almost mind-boggling. Because we want you to have something to express yourself. The knockoffs they don't care about any of that. All they want is your money. And once you send them your money, you're not going to get it back if you don't like it, if you do like it. The reviews are faked. They hire companies to make fake other companies, and then they hire fake interviews and post fake interviews of the owners online saying that they invented these. But they didn't. I am the creator. And anybody who's really into kilts understands that and knows that. Most of the American kilt makers, they all know who I am and that we created this. And I know some people are going to say, oh, well, because you're so good, then that's why you get ripped off. But that's no excuse. I still have to make a living. I still have to produce stuff. And if I can't make a living and I can't produce new items that are going to at least break me even with my cost of my materials and the time that's invested in each one, nobody wins. Nobody wins. Eventually, I'd have to stop doing it because I couldn't make a living doing it. But I struggle I left America and moved to Portugal so that my whole overhead costs were a lot cheaper. But I still have to deal with seeing the knockoffs. And now Etsy took down 3 of my original sales sites items, listings, because somebody else claimed this is their design. Etsy could have done some research to see that no, it's not their design. They could have did the research, they could have asked me. I even sent back a dispute and I've never heard from Etsy since. And yet, when I do IP disputes on Etsy, I don't get any reply from them. When I report all of these knockoffs on Etsy, I don't get any reply. There's no, oh, we took that listing down. Yes, we investigated it. Nothing. And that's been going on for years. I've been complaining for years and I never get a reply from Etsy. I have made thousands of dollars on Etsy. I've been on there for over a decade. I have a superb rating, and yet they don't help me. They haven't helped me. They've harmed me because they took these imitators over my word, and I still am not able to post those listings. So I'm reaching out to see if anybody would be willing to help spread the word and let people know that there is an actual designer that's behind the way this kilt looks. There's an actual designer that came up with this idea, and they're being harmed. Thank you.